pull it to you. You make sure you're talking to it.
Sure.
And then we'll do that. We're gonna start off with Big Heff, and then we're gonna go down and talk about the tour.
Word.
Stand right to the side. Just get this right here. I'm sorry.
You got different stance on there, huh?
Yeah. We had to go get a new one. So that's what we got right here.
Yes, John.
Go ahead. But you can.
You could just, I'm saying, like, I got you.
Gotta go hard, stay focused.
Can you step up? Let me see how. No, step up. I just need to see how far you can go before. So when I know when I slide through. I like to see where you at.
I mean, I can't just step. That's all I'm saying. Like, the door's closed now, so we good.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
As long as I can see that guy and the vibes, I'm good.
Excuse me one more time. Will.
25, Sunday, 16. Spread love. Florida to Denver. Yeah, I'm gonna get jet lag. So, hey, how that weather is over there, though? I'm a good dude.
I ain't know that many special sweets there.
Last night was a lady man, what's up?
All right, so we can't really talk because I don't have my mic, so we have to be quiet. Besides the people,
Oh, you need a mic for that?
I was going, cause you know my mic I hook up. So we don't get no
I don't
audio.
think it's gonna reach, but I got my mic for my shit.
Would it fit this little bitty holder? Come on, an adapter. TJ got it.
I don't know if mine is a USB joint.
General footage first, and then public.
Or you can probably use this mic though.
It was perfect. Thanks for stopping what you think.
They got some good smoke out here.
It's the best. Shit. Shoot
Do
up.
not hesitate, yo. Put on.
Colorado. There was an artist yesterday that
And
smoked
then-
himself out of his performance.
Yeah, that boy was sweet.
Smoke his shoes off.
He smoked his
That
shit.
boy was slump.
What up, Dre?
Smoke the kicks right off his feet.
Yeah, the release party, Dolphin Like Straw Boys. 16.
That holds it.
Is this on automatically?
Once you plug it in, it should be on.
Do I just snap it in and it clips or what? I'm scared because I didn't mind.
iHeartRadio from Florida to Denver. I'm loving the weather. There's a couple babies out here. Smoke good. Enjoy yourself.
Sheriff was popping. Call 216-701-1214.
You got us.
Next stop,
Okay,
Cleveland.
this is
I ain't never been to
Oh, you got to tape.
Okay.
What part of Florida you from?
Dade County.
Dade County.
Shut your phone.
Yeah, Palm Beach like an hour away.
Kia was probably. I'll be down there for BT weekend too.
Yeah, that shit gonna be lit. I don't even watch the BET Award. I told myself I ain't watching it till I'm on it. I'm boycotting it. They ain't do nothing to me. It's motivation, man. Gonna be on that shit.
Miami out here was probably.
You ready? I'm ready when you're ready. All right, you know, it's your guy K Chiba in the building. We are here shooting behind the mic. Holler to my homie D in 719 Nightlife. You know what it could be. Hopefully, it's what it should be. It's your guy K Chiba, and we are here today with. Is it DJ Big Heff?
Nah, it's just Big Heff, man.
Big Heff. All right, we here with Big Heff
I don't
today.
wanna insult the DJ culture like that.
You don't DJ?
Nah. I mean, I respect all my DJs. I grew up with my foundations based off DJs, but nah.
Okay, that's what's up.
I'm just Big Heff, music executive Big Heff. That's it.
All right, you got a couple of artists in here with you?
Yeah. Shout out to Luke. Shout out to. Man, you gotta introduce yourself. You on live. You gotta tell them who you are.
Hey, man. Shout out to Denver. It's cool people in Dade County. You know, spread love. We here.
Word.
Yo, what's up? I'm Luke Banter. I'm from Chicago, representing. Thanks for having me.
That's what's up. Glad y'all can be here. All right, Big Heff, you want to go ahead and give a quick rundown of a little bit of your credentials, your track record?
Credentials.
Yeah.
A lot of those. No, I'm just playing. Man, I just got my start in the industry in 2001, working at Land Speed Records. Then I started working at Shady Records. Worked at E1 before, worked at Epic before. Now I work at DefJam. Been there for 5 years now. So been there for a good stint of my later life. And we like to make hits, a lot of #1 records, a lot of gold plaques, a lot of platinum plaques. We're just out here living.
How'd you get into the game?
Man, I started off with street teaming, but it was, like I said, M gave me one of my first big shots doing tour management. So helping D12 out, helping Obi Trace out, and I'm still here today.
Dope, that's what's up. Out of everybody that you've worked with, who do you like working with the best?
I like all of them. All of them.
That's a good
You know what I'm
answer.
saying? Every artist, they give you a little bit of different energy, and they all have different unique stories on how they got to where they are and what they, how they make their music. So I always just take that type of energy and ball it into what I'm trying to do and try to conform it into the bigger.
So you produce music?
Nah, I don't produce music. I do project management and artist development. So I usually
Do you pick music for cats?
sometimes.
Okay.
I want to say I pick their music, but I know a hit when I hear a hit.
Okay.
You feel me?
What's the latest the latest thing that you're working on?
A week ago, we released a song called Rap Devil. It's got over 80 million streams.
Oh, your boy. Okay. See, I was waiting to get into that. But I'm gonna just go ahead and jump into it right away then.
No, I don't even want to talk about it like that, but I'm just telling you that's the latest thing. But right now,
Fire.
That's going on right now.
There was a rebuttal today.
Yeah, that was a rebuttal today.
I gotta ask you, what do you think about it?
I like it, but it didn't kill no career. So
You talk about the rebuttal? I thought it was real lackadaisical today, man. Like I'm a hip hop head, and I was expecting him to come out, tear his head off, drink his juices. You know what I mean? Like, and it was like.
It was okay.
Yeah,
it was
wasn't.
good. It was a good joint, and then I had to go back and listen to it like 5 or 6
See,
times.
I've only listened to it once today, so I probably have to go back and listen to it.
First time I listened to it, I was like, we okay, we cool. Team is good right now. Okay. And I listened to it, I said, okay, he got some bars in there, hidden bars. Okay.
That's when my guy told me. He was texting me all that stuff earlier today. That is so funny.
Yeah.
You got any wild experiences?
Nothing we can say on.
Oh, yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Nothing we can say on iHeartRadio. But I've been around, I had some crazy stories, not even just with women, but just crazy stories. It's out in the media now, but, I had a DefJam, we have a new artist named YK Osiris, and his first tour was with Lil Baby. So he was on the Harder Than Ever tour, and he went to go do a feature for somebody, and it was a setup. And they shot out his van. They shot out his van. Yeah, so it was just crazy. So that's my latest craziest story.
You got any good crazy stories? What do you look for in an artist?
Man, just creativity, like originality. I think that's what a lot of people are missing. And, you know, I just look for a star, like that star power.
Dang it, I had another question and I just lost it. What do you think about about hip hop nowadays? Like,
I think it's fair. I'm with the new wave, man.
Yeah, a lot of people hate on it.
I'm all around the new wave. Like I grew up in, doing the '90s culture, but I'm with the new wave. I'm with that energy right now. So like, it's just there. You know what I'm saying? And it's depending on what you want to listen to. There's different types of music that you can listen to that you might like.
Well, what are you out this way doing?
Man, Streets Most Wanted tour. Every quarter I do a 12 to 15 city tour, bringing along some of the new artists that's on the upcoming, and then I check out some talent. So I've got an A&R showdown September 28th in Cleveland, my Nerve DJs weekend, and I got 2 A&Rs, one from Rock Nation, one from Massive Appeal Records, which is Nas's label.
Dope.
So, they'll sit down and meet with the winners from that.
Fresh.
Yeah.
So you putting people on? That's what you're doing?
I like to do deals, man.
Giving opportunities,
Like
changing lives.
Trying to make stuff happen.
What's happening with your artists right here?
I'm gonna let them tell their story, man. I like them. They training right now, so.
Okay, I dig that.
Let me see what y'all would tell them about what y'all got going on.
Yeah, go ahead. Just in case the people don't know, introduce yourself and tell them a little backdrop of yourself.
Peace, world. What's up? My name Cool People, Dade County, Florida. Polka Bean Projects. I'm just here to spread love through my music. Bring my people together, drop some knowledge and some good vibes. You feel me?
How'd you get into the game?
Man, I've been rapping since I was a shorty.
Okay.
Now it's a fab. Everybody do it. It's cool and shit. I've been doing it for some time though.
That's what's up. You still in Florida or?
Yeah, still in them slums, Liberty City.
That's
what
what's up.
You either part of the problem or you part of the solution. So
Okay, I like that.
Trying to solve some things right quick.
All right.
What's up? What's up? I'm Luke Bancher. I'm an ex-jock, so I had to quit sports to start recording. Like, I wasn't even confident enough to tell people I wanted to start making music until I was 20. So I had always been really passionate about it. I love hip hop. Fell in love with it early because it takes you out of what's bothering you in your day. You just play your headphones, and I always valued that really high, and the way you could just speak to someone like I was that person they were talking to. Now I want to be that person talking to who needs to hear something, you know what I mean? So I really value that communication aspect of it. And I like talking to girls in a sweet way, so
Hey,
I got the creative aspect. I'm not too raunchy. I like being sweet and you know what I'm saying?
All right.
So yeah, that's what half of my music is like.
So you rap, sing?
I rap, but it's not rapidy rap.
Mm-hmm.
I could do that. I used to do that a lot. And then I got caught up with just writing songs with no hooks, and I was like, I gotta start doing hooks so people can replay the stuff. So I start being more melodic on my hooks. I'm not your traditional crazy singer by definition, but you can hear that I care when I'm trying to do it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not perfect, but I like how it comes out.
That's what's
You know what
up.
I'm saying?
How can people get a hold of either one of your music?
Well, you could look up Luke Banter, Banter, anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, and YouTube. I got some videos out. I just put a video out 3 weeks ago. It's got over 100,000 views.
Nice.
It's on WorldStar. And yeah, I got a project coming eventually. My next one's called Dear Darla. That's what I'm talking about with the girl aspect. And you've seen the Little Rascals before?
Yeah, they used to call me Stymie when I was a kid.
Okay, because Alfalfa was always writing to Darla, and Darla had a crush on Alfalfa, and that's how I keep that puppy love type of aspect in these Dear Darla projects, and I'm gonna be putting out the first one once I feel it's ready. Not too soon, but that's what I got coming. So
Share out your social media one more time.
That's what's up.
it's Luke Banter, no spaces, LukeBanter.
Cross everything?
Yeah, there's an underscore on Twitter, but you just type in Luke Banter.
Okay.
You can find me everywhere. COOLPEEPLE. 3 E's for the third I. September 16th, this Sunday, Coolie Fly Drop. Shout out to Pilot P and Fiends Rain, man. Coolest project coming out. I guarantee it. You feel me?
iTunes, everything.
Everything, title, all that.
Oh, that's what's
Fly,
up.
Cool people. Peeple, 3 E's for the third eye. You hear me? Hey.
Either one of you guys got any crazy stories yet? Any fan experience? Anything
Yeah.
crazy? Give me some.
I guess when I first started like doing bigger shows, I had trouble like managing how someone might see me. So I thought like people were just like genuine, but it's not necessarily genuine.
Right.
So maybe I would like let someone become close to me, and like it's not a very genuine start. Like if the first time you met me and I'm doing a show, it's like it might not be because you're under this influence that I'm doing a big show every single night, and that's not the case at the moment. And gee, I got like a crazy story before I started recording.
Give it to me.
Shit came to mind. So like I like snuck over to my girlfriend's house in high school, and like we were in the basement like making out or whatever, something PG. And like it's really early in the morning, and we hear footsteps coming down, and we go to the other side of the basement. We're like hiding in the corner, and after a little while we hear like an adult film coming from across the room, and we're like, is someone having like intercourse? And we're like, no, they can't be. And then turns out someone was doing the next thing by themselves, you know what I'm saying? We're like doing the solo wave, and I was like, we got to make some noise. We can't. I couldn't let my like girlfriend at the time sit through the whole.
Right.
So we had to. That's just one of the funniest stories. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like it doesn't happen every day.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's
For
a
sure.
good one.
Yeah. Nah, I mean, I got some crazy stories, but too many people on my live, y'all ain't getting it. And but the craziest one is that dreams come true. Yo. Like, you actually stay focused and consistent at what you want. You believe in it, you can really achieve it. Like, it's real crazy. That's all.
That's what's up.
Just a kid from the project.
Where do you get your content for your music from?
I mean, life. I don't think I could ever be like, write a girl song. No, it's like I record what I visually see and just that's how I express it. You know, people express it different ways, but I don't know. The struggle is what it is. If I was from a different background, I'd probably be a whole different person. Might be better, I might be worse, but I'm gonna be who I am. You know what I'm saying? So,
A question I forgot to ask everybody. I need top 5 MCs dead or alive. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Dead or alive? Can I go first? I'm trying to go. Have you want us to kick it off?
Good.
It don't matter who it is.
Are we talking about skill? We're talking about skill.
I'm
Top 5 MCs.
Any regardless song
any
making?
order?
Yep,
Any
any
order?
order.
I'm gonna go Jay-Z. I'm gonna go Drake. I'm gonna go Eminem. I'm gonna go Biggie. And Ice Cube.
Nice.
and that's it. All right, so all right. Machiavelli, Azia, Talib, Common. I gotta put whole vanilla, but I want to put DMX so bad.
That's a good one, man. I like asking questions like that because it'll tell you like I would have swore you was gonna say like Trick Daddies or Rosses or something. You know what I'm saying? Just being from Florida, you dig?
That's
But
how it's supposed to be, though.
it's dope how you know what I'm saying.
That's the purpose, you know, the image to show people that you can't judge it how you see it.
That's fresh to death. I like that.
But like that list though, man, it changes every day. It really be the mood I'm in. You know what I'm saying?
I can dig that too. I've had somebody tell me that before.
Yeah, it happens.
All right, I'm gonna knock some people out. I'm gonna say Eminem.
Yeah, Marshall.
I'm gonna say 50 Cent, Drake, Dave East,
Oh, that's my dude.
and I want to say like Frank Ocean. I feel like he fits in the category. You know what I'm saying?
Dig
He's
that.
on the mic, like he uses. I'm gonna stick with those 5.
Dig that. I can dig that. I like that. Other than the showcase, what other things are you working on?
I got a big A&R showdown coming September 28th. And like I said, I'm inviting everybody from the Midwest. I'm picking winners from each of the Midwest to come and have the best of the Midwest to sit down with these A&Rs.
Dope.
I also got an industry weekend that's coming up as well. I got Torre from Hip Hop Nation coming in. I have Head Crack from Ricky Smiley Show coming in. I have Ian Young, who is the producer of the TV show The Four, coming in for the R&B on the R&B side. Got a Skia Fountain from Mass Appeal, CNR Mass Appeal Records, Real Carter from Rock Nation. I have so many people coming in, it's gonna be literally crazy. Then week after that, we had A3C weekend. I have a Midwest Monster Showcase there. Then the BT weekend. Then I got another tour going.
You got an untold story?
An untold story?
Mm-hmm.
You want that exclusive?
Mm-hmm.
I just gave you the exclusive. No, I mean, you know, like my one of my funniest moments, especially when I first started touring. This is a while ago. We was on an anger management tour, and
I was there for one of those.
this is the era of Scary Movie. You remember what Scary Movie is?
Mm-hmm.
So we were in a room. It's D12. I'm sitting on the floor, and they're watching Scary Movie. But it's literally, I think it's 3 where it's a mock of 8 Mile.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
They're laughing at themselves on the movie, like, we made it.
That's dope.
Yeah, so it was a crazy story.
That's super dope. What would you tell somebody trying to get into the rap game? Anybody? Like, your advice for up and coming?
So, I mean, there's 2 ways you can go. You want the fame or you want to be a legend. You want to be a legend, just be you. There's only one you. That's it. You want the money, then, you know, you got to ride the wave. Hopefully you can imitate it well enough, fool a couple people and make some money. And it's really that simple, you know?
I'd say what's really important is less is more. So if you're about to shoot like one really good video, will do way more for you than like 20 okay videos. One really good song like will do way more for you than 20 good songs. Like if you don't have a huge budget, focus on write 100 songs, pick the best one and go all out with it. You know what I'm saying? Instead of booking a bunch of sessions or getting all the, I just focus on less, like, you know, and you could try to be the best, but more so like being the best version of yourself, like what you can communicate better than anyone else. You know, try to be original in like every aspect that you can, like ad-libs, song titles. And like one more thing, I'd say like, I really feel like you do have to sacrifice what you want a little bit. Like you got to put your pride to the side.
That's basically anything that you want to be great
Exactly.
at,
If you want a fan base, like you should be yourself and do what you want, and they'll appreciate it. But you got to hear them out a little bit. I think, you know what I'm saying? Throw stuff at the wall, see what sticks.
I like
Sort of.
Yeah.
What advice would I give an artist?
Yeah, you got anything for some artists?
Man, one of the major things I always talk about is building a team and realizing what your weaknesses are, and then once you find the pieces to the puzzle that complete your team, then actually give them tasks to do that they can embody, become the best that they can become. The other thing is just product, making sure that you perfect your craft as an artist. A lot of people, you know, like we're in the age now, people go and freestyle songs and everything like that, which might not be the best for the product, but just making sure you secure a fan base. It's all about having fans and engaging with your fans, but making good quality music. And that's going to not just having a 1 or 2 year career, having a longevity, 10, 15 year career that you and your family, you can change the lives of your family all the way around.
What's one thing that when artists try to approach you, that if they do that, it's a no-go for you?
No-go is I'm the hottest. That's like, no, you're not. You're not the hottest.
I had a kid tell me that one time. I was talking to kids at a school about music, and he kept telling me he was the dopest MC, but none of his classmates knew about his music. I was like, yo, how you so dope and none of these people know about your music, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like if you're good, then people gonna talk for you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm real big.
Yes.
And I'm always big in the power of 3. Like if I see somebody 3 times, I know like one is, you know, the coincidence. Second is the opportunity. Like, oh, okay, you're here and this is what you're doing. And then third time, I'm a believer.
I like that. That's the first time I heard that.
Yeah.
It's fresh.
Yeah. So that's my jewels for the day.
Word. You guys got a show tonight, right?
Tonight we're at Tropical Vibes. Tropical Vibes, Cool People's gonna be there. Luke Banter gonna be there. Big Heff gonna be there. And we're gonna sneak over to your after party.
Yo, man, come through. I'm gonna make sure we turn up real nice. It should be fun tonight, man. It should be real fun.
Anytime there's a finalist bikini contest competition, I think
it's
be fun.
Yeah, it's the
like
best of the
that.
best tonight, man. There's this one chick, boy. She look like she from Wakanda. Let me tell you something.
Wow.
So nice.
Yeah.
D, was there anything that you wanted to ask? Any questions?
Well, Well, I guess I turned him off because I told him I was the hottest R&B singer. So I really didn't like that answer.
Was there anything that I didn't ask you guys that you want to get? You know what, matter of fact, you guys did put out your socials, right? You didn't give out your social though. You don't do that?
Go check out my book, man. Making It in the Midwest. It's some success stories about how people made it in the Midwest. iBooks, Amazon, makeitinthemidwest.com. My Instagram is Big Heff Midwest Fresh. I believe in the Midwest wholeheartedly. Twitter BIGHEFF, and try to stay active on it, man. So engage with me.
I do have a funny story though.
Okay, lay it on.
Like, I'm a germaphobe to like the 10th power.
I can dig that.
When I go on tour, I be fully clothed, sweat clothes. I bring a blanket from the crib and a sheet from the crib. I be wrapped up, boy. I'm a germaphobe like crazy.
Word. What's that dude's name? Howie Mandel. Do you shake hands and stuff with?
Yeah, but I keep some hand sanitizer. You know what I'm saying? The thing is, though, is this, I know people who work in laundry. I know people who work in dishes. So I know sometimes you have a bad day. People just be like, man, whatever. And, you know? I don't know, man. Don't sleep on them beds, yo. Them Airbnbs, people live there, yo. Bring your own sheets and all that. People live there, I'm telling you, man.
That's funny that you said that. I remember I took myself to a Comic-Con one time, and I only went to meet LeVar Burton. Y'all know who that is? Reading Rainbow dude. He was on Star Trek. He had the thing on his face anyways. I was hyped up. Hey, I'm showing my age a little bit, but I used to watch Reading Rainbow when I was a kid. Like, that motivated me to like read in joints, because he'd be reading books and they turn into anyways. I was hyped up to see him. And I walk up, I'm like, yo, LeVar, man, I read books because of you, son, blase Skip. And I try to shake his hand, and he doesn't shake my hand. He just looks at me and gives me like a pound. Yeah, and I stepped back. I was mad at first, like, man, this dude didn't want to shake my hand or nothing. But then I stood and I watched as he didn't shake anybody's hand, so it made me feel a little bit better. But that just reminded me of that story. I thought that was funny.
He a real one, man.
Word. So y'all gave out all your social sites. You want to tell everybody about some projects that's coming up?
You about to drop something?
Yeah, man. This Sunday, Cooley Fly.
Get that.
This Sunday, man. I be going ham every time I'm in the booth. Nah, Uncle Sam, all I know is Uncle Luke. Hey, Dade County, man, we here.
I like that.
You hear me?
And so, like I said, I got a project Dear Darla coming, and if you got a girlfriend, you should show her that. She'll love you. It'll be sweet for you guys to just like ride in the car too. So, or if you got a kid, you can play in front of them. And yeah, I think it'll either bring you back to like your first love or your next one. You know what I mean?
Word. I'm gonna come fuck with y'all tonight, man. I'm gonna come see what y'all do.
I got a project I'm coming out with too.
Oh, get on Heff?
No. I do got a project. I got a TV show called A Platform, where I follow 5 artists around and show their growth. It's really from last year to this year to show how fast the industry can impact the artist. So I took like 5 artists that I just thought that, had potential, and talk about the trials and tribulations of being an artist in today's music industry. So, you'll like it. It's coming soon. So I'm just waiting for this meeting with YouTube and this meeting with Netflix, and y'all can see it.
Oh, get that bag. I like to call it CTC and cutting the check. If they ain't cutting the check, I ain't with it. You keep saying Midwest, and I keep thinking you're from the East Coast because of DefJam. Where you from?
I live in Cleveland now. From Chicago, live in Cleveland.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah. But I go back and forth all the time for the meetings and all that good stuff. But I'm a Midwest guy.
That's what's up. Colorado is the most Midwest state. We got the most states bordering our state.
What is it? Is what?
5, I think.
It's Utah. What is it?
Damn, you might get me. Wyoming, Kansas,
Iowa,
Utah. Yeah.
Is it Iowa?
Nebraska. I want to say there's 5. How you don't know, D?
I know the 4
I'm from Wichita, Kansas.
So he couldn't say
Checkers?
big facts that it had the most states.
Oh, okay.
He didn't say facts. My bad.
Word, man. I appreciate y'all coming through. Is there anything I didn't ask y'all that y'all want to relate to the people? Anyone?
Nah, we just gotta come together, man. Stop the violence. That's it, man. Spread love. On the fly, the 16th. Dade County.
Nothing.
No, I mean, I would just say to feel good. If you don't feel good, feel good. Like, make the decision to feel good. Like, find out what it is that doesn't make you feel good and avoid it or change it, you know? Be the change in your day. Like, don't expect someone to,
Facts.
you know? For
That
sure.
sound like that could have been a line in a Michael Jackson song right
I
there.
think it wasn't. I think I just.
I just want to say, man, R.I.P. Mac Miller, man, one of the greats.
That's what's up. And I want to give a shout out to my homeboy D, 71 Nightlife.
Yeah.
Don't forget you can check this out on 96.1 The Beat, online at beatcolorado.com. And I got a podcast coming too. Holla at your boy. Yeah. I almost forgot that.
We good.
Word. Cool
We
shit.
gotta go take
fellas.
some pictures by the
Oh, yeah, for
by
sure.
the shindig.
Was there somewhere we could watch this? I'm just wondering.
Well, it will be shortly.
For sure.
So,